Mhm. Yo, what's going on, everyone? Good morning. So I wanted to talk about Idex recent earnings call today. I haven't been paying as much attention to this stock as I should have been. A lot of people have been asking me if I'm still invested in Idex, which I am. I haven't sold any shares. I still have $1 calls that I've been holding for a while. I joined the Discord to join you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I usually never live stream this early because I'm usually working, but I'm chilling right now, so I figured let me just hop on here and maybe we can have a conversation about IDEX. How many of you guys are in Idenomics right now? I was already up super early too for the Neo deliveries. The link in your bio does not take me to the Discord. Might have to fix that. 1 second. Let me see if I can in my Aquaman voice. Thank you. So I have a few notes. I'll fix the link to the Discord if it's not working, and I'll update it when we get off of here. But I have a few notes from Idex Earnings that I took. I just finished listening to their earnings call. I didn't get the chance to listen to it live because, like I said, same thing with TBLT. I was moving, so I didn't really have a lot of time to allocate to that. But um, just a few things I want to go over. For those of you who are just hopping on, a lot of people have been asking me if I'm still invested in Idenomics. I still am invested in Idenomics. I still have $1 call contracts. So it definitely benefits me if the stock goes up. And obviously that means that I might be a little biased when I'm sharing my thoughts on the stock because I am invested. But anyways, let's see what the stock is trading at currently. I know the market is having a nice green day. Lots of my stocks are going up. Um, the only one that's not going up is Clover Health right now. I might actually buy some more of that. But let me see. So Idenomics is currently trading at $3.23. As of today, it is up about 11%. So it's having a really good day. If you're invested in IDEX, it's a great day for you. But anyways, I did say that I took some notes on the iPad from the earnings call, but let me see. So revenue for the entire year of 2020 for IDEX was $26.8 million. 19.5 million of that came from EV revenue in 2020 versus $2.7 million in EV revenue in 2019. So 2020, $19.5 million in EV revenue, 2019, $2.7 million in EV revenue. That's a 622% increase, which is really great. That shows you that the company is growing. Now, I did say that revenue for the year for 2020 was 26.8 million. Well, revenue for the full year of 2019 was 44.6 million. So revenue actually decreased year over year. That's actually around a 40% decrease year over year. Now, why is that? That's because in 2019, IDEX actually was doing their digital asset management business, which they don't have any revenue for in 2020, and they don't expect any revenue to come from digital asset management moving forward. So they're kind of really changing their business around, and that's something that's really important because if we go back to the EV revenue, like I mentioned, it's up 622% year over year. So that means that what they're pivoting to is something that's actually growing and it's what they actually want to do long term for the company, which is good. I took a little bit more notes. So gross profit was 7.7. Gross profit was 2.1 million with 7.7 percent gross margin in 2020, which is really good. It also took a little bit of a hit there, but as I mentioned, they were pivoting their business. Because of the digital asset management, they're not really focused on that. They're trying to build an EV ecosystem. And they also said that they expect that EV revenue will increase because they acquired Wave, the wireless charging company. So moving forward this year, we should see some increased revenue from that. And it's a complementary business. And what do I mean when I say complementary business? It complements the other businesses that they have, like Soul Electric. They're going to eventually be charging those electric tractors there. They're going to be powering up those buses and having them stop at wireless charging stations to make them a little bit more efficient. So it's complementary. It's going to be something that helps out their business long term, and it'll help out the Medici Motors unit once that eventually launches. Um, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about here really briefly was their cash position. Idenomics reported a cash position as of December 31st of 166 million in cash and cash equivalents. So a lot of people say Idex is burning too much cash. They don't have enough cash to sustain themselves. Well, the proof is in the pudding. Look at the earnings report. They have 166 million in cash. I said that they had a strong cash position before they ever reported it because I knew that they got cash from the sale of Timios. From the acquisition of Timios, and then a lot of other things came into play. Yes, they had to dilute their shares a bit. It's a growth company. When companies are starting from scratch, they need capital to expand the business. So it's kind of like adding fuel to the fire. So when I look at stuff like that, when I look at IDEX's most recent earnings report, it was actually spectacular, if you ask me. Yes, the revenue was down year over year. They're changing their business, but they're growing in the areas where we expect them to grow and where they want to grow. And if they keep growing at this rate, they're going to top that 2019 revenue this year for sure. So I want to know kind of what do you guys think about Idenomics? Do you think it's a long-term hold? Do you think it's a good company? I haven't really spoken too much about it on the channel lately. A lot of you have asked me, am I still in it? And yes, I am still in it for those of you who have just hopped onto this live stream. Thank you so much regarding Yoshin. No problem. I see that Yushin or Yoshin, however you want to say it, because the ticker symbol is different than the actual company. But I saw it really take off today, and I need to talk about that too. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow because I did email management that one time, and they told me that by the end of the month they were going to be releasing the earnings. I still have not seen the earnings, so I don't know what's going on there. And usually when companies take too long with earnings, it's not a good sign. So hopefully they at least put out the earnings within the next few days, and hopefully they're good earnings. Do you believe that they will bounce back? I like IDEX a lot, but it has swayed me away shortly. What do you mean when you say bounce back? Um, and why has it swayed you away shortly? And then I'll answer that question. How do I donate to this channel? Um, I don't really take donations. I guess people drop super chats sometimes on live. But yeah, Rich, I wanna know what you mean by that. 7,000 shares of IDEX, nice. 7,000 shares would be great if IDEX definitely takes off. I think with IDEX, I'm good where I'm at because for me it still feels like a little bit of a risky play. So I'm kind of a little spread out. I'll add more money as it becomes a little more safe. It's not the safest place to be in my opinion, but I do like the stock. I sold IDEX in January, but when you're done going over IDEX, can you talk about Neo? Your Neo video this morning reminded me. about why we are in this for the long run. Let's go. I think I'm done talking about Idex. We could talk about Neo. Let's talk about the delivery numbers today. Spectacular, under promise, over deliver. Um, Somewhere around Neo hit their guidance, their initial guidance, which they moved to 19,500 from 20,000 to 20,500, I believe. And that was just spectacular. It was a big surprise with the chip shortage and everything going on. Um, they really did their thing here. So, and then you got to think about it too. Like February, we have the Chinese New Year. Aside from the Chinese New Year, we also have February being the shortest month. So, it was a really big surprise because to see the deliveries around like 5.5 something in February and then to go to 7.2 this time around was really good, and they really rounded out the quarter. So, I'm really happy to see that. And there was a lot of volume on Neo this morning. I wonder where it's at right now. So Neo's currently at $40.48. You know what I think it is? I think so there's options that are expiring today. A lot of the options in the options chain expire today, and money makers sell calls. They don't want those options to expire in the money. Um, I've actually sold some calls today. So if I'm gonna I mean I sold some calls yesterday. So if I'm going to make a prediction for Neo today, I think Neo finishes at $39, somewhere in the $39 range. Um, but I do think, and that's just with it being a short week, right? Because a lot of people sell their money, sell their stocks, take profits for the weekend. Also, have you looked into Cardano? I haven't looked into it. I'm only in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Can you show me how to support this channel? Hey, Shalom. I'm I don't have like a donation thing or anything. If you want, you can drop a super chat. That's usually an option while I'm live streaming. Yes, Neo Fire numbers were surprising with the chip shortage. Crazy. Yeah, it's a really good day for Neo. Like it's something we should be happy about. Like I said, long term, like you said actually, long term with Neo, it's just something that you have to think long term about. Like the EV market has not, it's growing and growing and growing every year, and it seems like people worry about the share price like on a day-to-day basis, but really, you're not going to make, huge profits until the market really materializes, and then obviously there's going to be winners and losers, and obviously I think Neo is going to be one of the big winners. Chicken Singapore says Neo will fail in the end. I 100% disagree with him. Like this channel is completely Neo is kind of like the backbone of this channel for me. So, I have so much conviction in Neo that I don't even like I can sleep at night with Neo is what I'll say. Like a lot of other things, like I'll have to keep checking in and see where they're at and what they're doing. Like I could honestly probably walk away from Neo for like a good amount of time and not even worry about it. I'd just look up and be like, oh, Neo's trading at this today. Cool, whatever. I woke up happy when I saw Yushin. Man, it's really a great day. Like the market, we haven't seen this type of activity. Hopefully nothing hopefully no bad news comes around about the economy or whatever or anything to just send the market downwards, but if it does, I honestly don't really care. I'm hedged, so I would actually prefer the market to trade flat for a few months. That way we can add some more and just think a little bit more long term as well. Um, what is a super chat? A super chat is, how do I explain this? A super chat is something that you can send like the live streamer, like a amount of money that you can send to the live streamer. Um, so why does he think that Neo will fail? I don't understand that one. And William Lee is a guy that I would never bet against. Look at his track record. Look at William Lee's track record versus the guy that you just mentioned. He doesn't have one. This is a guy that's built multiple companies, can raise capital with the snap of a finger, is well regarded as the godfather of transportation in China. And I get it. Like, I just uploaded that video of me reacting to Financial Education's Neo stock analysis, where, in my opinion, he was just completely wrong. Um, he was completely wrong about Neo. Neo actually took off from then. And he kind of missed a train at that time. What was it, like a 16,000, I mean 1,600% gain versus Tesla? And I get it. Like, you can like Tesla, and like sometimes I'm biased to Neo as well, and it happens. But we got to stay facts. Like, he said that Elon Musk is a guy that doesn't care about short-term profits. He's always going to put the money back into the company. Don't we see Neo doing that right now? Don't we see Neo raising funds? Don't we see Neo spending tons of money on R&D? Don't we see William Lee doing the same thing? Isn't William Lee a guy who doesn't care about short-term profits either? We have to keep it objective. We have to be fair. Even if you're even if you are invested in Tesla, I always say Tesla leads the race right now because they do. They have a head start. That's just being fair. And it remains to be seen if Neo is going to pass Tesla. But for me, I'm putting all my money in Neo. I thought about putting some money in Tesla, but you guys want to know why I didn't invest in Tesla? Because I sell covered calls to create additional income. And to sell covered calls, you have to have at least 100 shares of a stock. So am I going to buy 100 shares of Tesla? Probably not. So that's why I continue to invest in Neo. Now, if I had gotten into Tesla earlier, maybe I could have had hundreds and hundreds of shares. And then I could have been selling calls on those. And trust me, the premium on those Tesla shares is extremely high. So, that would have been something that would be really good. But from a kind of like playing chess, not checkers standpoint, it makes more sense for my money to be in Neo. And I actually like Neo, and following the company, I'm learning a lot about like Chinese culture and stuff like that. So it's actually enjoyable for me, something that makes investing kind of fun. Um, what did I just miss? I missed a few comments. John, thanks for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate it. That makes me so happy. You guys are literally the best. Like, I literally feel like you guys sent me a super chat, and I'm just happy about it. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Shalom, thank you for the $5 super chat. Oh, Shalom, you sent me two $5 super chats. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you. You have a good day too. What's my take on Biden's infrastructure bill? Well, I've actually kind of so I'll preface by saying this. I actually had a feeling like an infrastructure bill was going to get passed, and I'm sure a lot of people did as well. It was something that was in talks about um in the House and stuff like that. So one thing that I was thinking about was buying a steel company. The steel company that I was thinking about buying was Nucor Steel because I thought that they would benefit from it. And then on top of that, I'm in Stratasys 3D printing. And I feel like 3D printing would also benefit from new infrastructure being created because it's going to drive down manufacturing costs. And Stratasys is one of the biggest 3D printing companies that there is. So if there's an opportunity in manufacturing and infrastructure, then they're likely to benefit from it. Over the long term, they're going to find a way to fit in. And that's just aside from aerospace, which is the ARK Invest bull case for it. So I was thinking about steel. Steel is going to be really good when the economy reopens up, as I've heard from a lot of the research that I've done. But I actually opted out of that, and I said, "Hey, I'm in Tough Belt Industries. They're a construction company, they're likely to benefit from the infrastructure. As far as the actual infrastructure bill passed, I haven't really dug into it yet. I just understand it on a broader sense of what's going on, but it is something that I need to kind of dig into and read more about. Yeah. I honestly, let me see. Yushin to the moon. Yes, it's low-key been a crazy day. It's a crazy day in the market so far. Let me see. Neo, I think Neo finishes the day at around in the $39 range. But honestly, I just wanted to get on here and talk about IDEX really quickly because I haven't talked about IDEX in a minute. But what are your thoughts on Neo's approach to autonomy with Mobileye, with LiDAR? Everyone seems to think that Tesla will win it all. Okay, I'll answer Eddie's question lastly, and then that will be it for this one. Um, Great channel. Okay. Neo's approach to autonomy with with Mobileye and LiDAR. Everyone seems to think Tesla will win it all. So honestly, it remains to be seen. It's a big debate. Um, do you need LiDAR or not? Elon Musk seems to think that LiDAR is kind of overkill. There are people in the LiDAR camp that say you want it to be as safe as possible. You can't just rely on like the vision network that Tesla's created. But with Mobileye, this is actually what I see happening with Neo. So Neo made has a strategic partnership with Intel's Mobileye to build out that robotaxi network, and they've been using Mobileye chips in all of their vehicles, right? So I actually see Neo actually eventually only being a supplier of the Neo vehicles to Mobileye, and then actually going off and creating their own autonomous driving, or doing something with NVIDIA, because they've been kind of alluding to the fact that NVIDIA is going to be like their next stage of autonomous driving. That's what's going to happen in the ET7 in every car moving forward after that's released. Um, so it just remains to be seen, but we have as far as like autonomy, they do have some of the best talent in the world over there working on their autonomous driving. And then Tesla, they also have some of the best talent in the world over there working on their autonomous driving. So it's something that remains to be seen. I'm no industry expert, but most are taking the LiDAR approach. Elon Musk says he doesn't need LiDAR. They use LiDAR in SpaceX, but they don't use LiDAR in their Tesla vehicles. So we'll see. Maybe they double down and turn around and say, hey, LiDAR is the way to go. It's a field that's always evolving, and you kind of have to adapt and figure out how things work as time goes on. So I think Ren Xiaoqing is definitely a genius over there at Momenta and working with Neo. We'll see what happens. But thanks everyone for tuning in. I really just wanted to talk about IDEX, give a quick update instead of filming a drive video and putting it out. I haven't been talking about it, and I wanted everyone to know that I'm still invested in it. I haven't sold, and I'm a bull. I'm hoping for it to go up just like everyone else. But thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the subscribe.